Well, unfortunately, we are officially in a recession. Last Friday, stocks dropped down 3%, inflation went up to 8.6%, and consumer sentiment is at its all-time low, which means people are absolutely terrified and uncertain about the economy, the stock market, and even the real estate market. But despite all this fear and uncertainty, there is still a way to make consistent income by investing in the stock market. And that, of course, is with dividend-paying stocks. So with that being said, let's get into some of the highest paying dividend stocks that you can buy right now and hold throughout this year in this recession, and continue to hold for 5 to 10 years and receive that consistent income every quarter or every month. So the first one is going to be Icahn Enterprises, or IEP. So I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with Warren Buffett, one of the greatest investors of our time, but you might not know who Carl Icahn is. He's another billionaire investor who started Icahn Enterprises, and the biggest difference between Warren Buffett's company and Carl Icahn's company is that Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway slowly increases in stock price and in value over time, but doesn't pay a dividend, whereas Icahn Enterprises pays a 15.6% dividend, but doesn't necessarily see as much growth over time. So IEP's stock price is currently at $51, and its 5-year return is about 1.2%. That's the average return, and that's not including the 15.6% dividend payout. So your total return over every single year is going to be about 16%. And in my opinion, that's a pretty decent year-over-year return. So the next one is going to be PBR, not to be confused with professional bull riding. This is a Brazilian-based oil and gas company that's been around since the 1950s and pays a massive dividend payout of 32.4% every year. Now keep in mind, this is not a fixed rate. It can change over time depending on what the company wants to do, but as of right now, it's one of the highest paying dividend stocks on the market that you can buy. And you also might want to consider that it is the oil and gas sector, which tends to be a little bit more volatile and risky. But as a dividend investor, that might not bother you as much, especially if you're getting that high of a dividend payout every quarter. So again, that is PBR, a Brazilian oil and gas company that pays a dividend of 32.4% every year, paid out every quarter. Also, I just realized that for PBR, if you're using it on Robinhood, the dividend payment for some reason is a little bit less. So on Robinhood, you're getting a dividend of 27.2%. I don't really know why. Maybe Robinhood takes a cut of the dividend or something. I'm not really sure, but I am just letting you know that it is a little bit less if you are using Robinhood. So this next one is Rio Tinto, or ticker symbol RIO. This is a London-based mineral and mining company currently paying a dividend of 10.65%. What I really like about this stock is it's currently paying that high dividend, but still sees consistent growth over time. I can't promise that it will continue to see that growth, but still receiving that high dividend is a pretty decent return. This is a very solid company that's been around for years, pays that great dividend, and its current stock price is at about $71, so you might want to at least look into scooping up a few shares right now. So last but not least, this is not a stock, it's actually an ETF, and it's SPHD. So this ETF tracks and invests in some of the most consistent paying dividend companies that have been on time and consistent with their dividends over the past few decades. So this fund doesn't pay as high as the other ones that I mentioned, but the reason why I like it is it pays a consistent 3.65% dividend, and it's paid out every single month. And so with that consistent income that I'm getting from this fund, I can either use that to reinvest back into the fund or buy other stocks. So these are some of the best dividend paying stocks to look into. I'm not recommending any of these, I'm not a financial advisor in any way, but these are some of the best paying dividend stocks that I have found personally and I really enjoy. And I'll keep investing consistently in these funds, especially with how crazy the market's been. I want my portfolio to be safe and diversified so that I'm not losing too much money at a time, but again, consistently investing into the stock market. Like I always say, guys, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And of course, if you find any stocks or ETFs that pay a great dividend, or just simply are solid companies that you have invested in, that you've seen great returns on, and that you've seen a great future outlook for, leave them in the comments as well. I'd love to have a conversation and discussion there. Like you guys know, that's one of my favorite things to do, is doing research on stocks and ETFs to build, the perfect portfolio and focus on not losing money like Warren Buffett says. So thanks guys for tuning into my channel and my videos. I hope to see you next time and catch you later. See ya.